Hi Scorpio, this is your horoscope for December 2014. Merry Christmas in advance, and this is for everyone who have their ascendant sun or moon in Scorpio. So what does the month hold for you? The first big news is that Saturn is finally going out from your sign. For the past 2 years, not all the time, but for some people 2 years ago, for some people in the last year, Saturn has been testing a lot of Scorpios. Saturn transits through your sign once every 29 years. And this tends to be very testing time. It means it's a time where your perseverance, loyalty is tested, when you're made to mature, when you're made to start new things in your life, which will build new foundations, which will be long-lasting. And a lot of you Scorpios had new beginnings in their life, whether it's career, whether it's in personal matters. The horoscope of each person has to be looked at specifically to be able to say where those new beginnings were. But now Saturn moves from your sign, so the pressure, the demand, the responsibilities, and especially questioning yourself whether you can make it, starts to ease off on you. So this pressure starts moving away, so things start getting more unblocked. You might start seeing the results of your hard work little by little, because when Saturn is in your sign, like in the past 2 years, things always happen with a lot of push, slowly, with a lot of testing, and when Saturn moves away, you might start seeing already the developments of those results, of this hard work. But still, some Scorpios are still going to be tested by Saturn, but these are only the very, very late Scorpios. Those of you who are basically born from around the 19th to around the 23rd of November. So the last 3-4 days of Scorpio, basically those of you who have the ascendant or moon from around 27 degrees to around 30 degrees, the last 3 degrees. And only for you, the new beginnings will be starting now in December. And the pressure and the testing that I talked about that Saturn does, the necessity to mature, to be responsible, to only take the tried and tested route, no crazy innovations, to do basically things which are socially acceptable, and if you're doing changes, because Saturn brings new beginnings, but these new beginnings have to be cautious, step by step, not too crazy, you need to do it more securely, more cautiously, so to speak, more slowly. And for you, these new beginnings will be starting from December, and they will conclude, this whole period will conclude by the middle of the autumn in 2015. So almost a year that you will have the Saturn testing that other Scorpios have been having in the past 2 years. But because Saturn hasn't been to those degrees yet, it comes to those now. Anyway, let's see what else is happening. Jupiter is in your 10th house, and basically it went there from the summer, from August approximately 2014, and it's been moving forward in your 10th house of career, and now in December it starts moving backwards. So if some opportunities in regards to career, in regards to your social status, or in regards to, it's kind of material house, it's career, it's achievements, it's responsibilities, but Jupiter brings new opportunities there. And if you just had an idea about getting a better job, a better social position, better social state, in the past 3-4 months, now when Jupiter starts moving backwards, you have the chance to resume those, so to actually start implementing them. To start implementing some growth and opportunities in regards to business, in regards to career, or in relationships with authority figures. And, most astrologers says when Jupiter is retrograde, it's bad because it doesn't bring its good results. Not at all. Jupiter just brings back opportunities that came to you before, but you probably could not complete them, or you did not have the resources to complete. And this, in regards to your career and social status, it brings them back so you can work a bit more, so you can deepen them, and they'll give results probably when you start seeing properly the results when Jupiter is moving forwards again after April 2015 onwards. So it's still going to be a good time maybe to complete some interview that gets you a better position. If you started the process of getting a better job or higher position or better social status, now you have a chance to revise it, to improve it somehow, So it's actually can be quite beneficial time for a lot of Scorpios for their social status. It deepens. It deepens. When Jupiter turns retrograde, these opportunities, they deepen. They start materializing and actualizing, while when it moves forward at the beginning, the first time Jupiter started going in your 10th house, maybe they were just ideas. Maybe they were just inkling or just inspirations. Now you can start making them happen. Okay. And Saturn, I forgot to say, it's moving from your sign, Scorpios, but it's going into your 2nd house. And for the next 2.5 years, 3 years almost, so 2015, 16, part of 17, Saturn will be in your 2nd house of finances. So you have to mature in regards to how you deal with financial matters. Some of you will have to do a tightening above the belt financially because of outer pressure and circumstances, especially if you're someone who hasn't been much in control of their finances, someone who hasn't been, hasn't even hasn't had financial lessons in their life, so to speak. For younger people, usually it's a time for the next 2-3 years when they have to learn to be financially independent without relying on others, just relying on themselves, find new sources, new areas of resources, but it's usually tough. You have to work hard. And it's usually, you have to do it in the conventional way. Saturn does not like crazy things. Saturn wants you to, when you do something, conventional, tested way, step by step, by hard work, by personal work. And if you, in the next 2-3 years, you work hard, you're not extravagant with your money, actually you're as not tight with your money, but if you control your money more cleverly, and follow some financial plan and budget, you don't have to have big problems financially then. But if you're someone who spends a lot, who doesn't know how to control their finances, their possessions, their money, it can be a testing time for you. So I just warn you now, be careful for the next 2-3 years with your finances, and be cautious and work hard, and the finances will be good for you. Okay, and sometimes people, when Saturn transits their 2nd house, starting from December, some of you might need more money because they want to invest in something, like maybe on an MBA, or maybe in a new house, or maybe to start some business. And because of this, they might feel like they need to, tighten their belt financially. And it is not necessary that Saturn can make you have less money because of outside circumstances. If you're a serious person, if you're a responsible person, then Saturn just is a period when you want to save more, and when you are very cautious with your own money because you want to invest in something, you want to, to create something of more material substance. This is the 2 big things: Saturn moving out of your sign, Jupiter starting moving backwards, and also there is, let's just look at the influences, particularly for the month of December for you Scorpios. Well, there are 3 planets in your 2nd house of finances. And it means that just in December, till around the middle of December, there will be a lot of focus on financial matters anyway. Mercury is the manager, you can manage better your finances. Venus is the small benefic, so it helps you maybe have some financial luck, increase of finances in some way, just before Saturn starts getting into your 2nd house, so you have to be more careful with finances. But before that, there is like a little gift to you from the universe, especially in the first 15 days when it comes to finance, especially around the 4th, 8th, and 14th of December. You might, any activities which are connected to increase of income, or which are connected to money, which are financial transactions, they can go very well. Arranging some of documents to do with money, or with possessions, arranging of some deeds, of some things to do with money and possessions. They will go, you're very much supported in the first half of the month. And then when Saturn gets into your 2nd house and stays there for 2 years, then the more difficult lessons start. But again, I say, if you're serious, responsible, you're going to breeze through that. So financially, you can expect some growth around the 4th, the 8th, the 14th, or some opportunities happening there. You're kind of more lucky around those days. And let's see. And though around the 15th, you can be lucky with money that are your own, or possessions that are your own, but there is more stressful influence in your 8th house, which is finances and resources which come to you from someone else. So be careful that you don't spend on someone. It's money that you either spend on someone or that someone gives you. It's connected with other people, not only money that is for yourself or possessions. It's other people's possessions or other people's resources, maybe your partner, business partner, or marriage partner. You know, there might be some stressful situations there this month in December. So watch out. When it comes to your finances, the month is more stable, more supportive. But when it comes to other people's finances or maybe loans or inheritances, money that don't belong yet to you or that you've given away, there might be more tensions there because there's some stressful influences there. And from the second part of the month, Scorpios, those planets, most planets starts moving into your third house. So the second part of December will be much more active socially. Maybe you'll get to meet more people, spend more time with siblings, teammates, co-workers, friends, communicate more, your phone will start ringing more, you can be moving a lot more, going to and from places. You might be traveling the second part of the month because the third house was traveling, communication, information. You might be getting some important information. And, you know, so yes, this is what I see for you. And, sorry. Yes, so Scorpio, yeah. So the second part of the month is more active, more kind of lighter energy than the first month, which is much more, the first part of the month, which is much more connected to practical, material tasks and responsibilities. So thank you very much, Scorpios, and I will see you next month.